What's up, Ravens fans? We have officially reached the slow time on the NFL calendar. The offseason program has come to a close, and now we're on a little break before the players come back for training camp next month. But you know what? The questions, they haven't slowed down at all. Lots of good questions this week. And the first question today is from Don McCauley. And Don wants to know, who do you think is going to start at inside linebacker next to C.J. Mosley based on what you saw during the offseason program?
I'm going to say Kamalei Correa and Zachary Orr.
A two-parter.
Exactly. I think both those guys are going to be starting inside linebackers because it's not a Darrell Smith situation where he and CJ are going to take 95% of the snaps. Now, last year, Darrell came off the field a little bit more than that, but the Ravens are going to have more of a rotation this year, and based on what I saw in the minicamp, I think that Kamalei Correa is starting to make that transition a lot better after playing mostly outside linebacker in college. You can see him dropping a little bit better, even had an interception in one practice. You also see Zachary Orr. I don't know that he's done anything to really take him off track of where he was last year when he was really stepping in for Darrell Smith near the end of the season. And I'll also say this, don't count out Arthur Brown. I think that he's going to see some snaps on defense. And when I asked one Ravens scout, who stood out to you during minicamp this week, first name off his tongue was Arthur Brown. So I'm not going to count him out, even though he's not getting the majority of the reps with the first team defense right now.
All right, let's flip it over to the offensive side of the ball and take a look at the tight end position. I mean, so many guys at this position, and this question is from Jeff Adams, and Jeff wants to know, what do you see the Ravens doing with Darren Waller since the team is so deep at tight end? Well, Darren Waller is really one of the most intriguing names on this roster to me. He was a 6th-round pick out of Georgia Tech last year, and he's making the transition from wide receiver to tight end. He's still a work in progress, and he admits that. This is a position change. They're similar positions, but it's still a change.
Oh, for sure.
And this offseason, what he did is he put on about 20 pounds to add more bulk so that he's able to go up there and block some of these outside linebackers and defensive ends if he's called to do that. The challenge is with Darren is I just have a tough time seeing him make the roster unless there's an injury. There's already 4 really good guys
Numbers game
ahead of him. You have Ben Watson, you have Crockett Gilmore, Max Williams, Dennis Pitta. Where does
Nick Boyle?
Nick
Nick Boyle after 10 game suspension is coming back.
You know, where does he fit into that mix? But I don't want to see the Ravens part ways with him. I really don't. I think he has a ton of potential. Physically, he says maybe the most gifted athlete on the team. When you just talk physically.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, he might be. And so I really hope the Ravens find a way, whether it's a practice squad situation with him, find a way to keep him around here, but I just think the numbers game is going to be difficult.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The last question comes from Philip Linkner, and Philip asks, will the Ravens perhaps decide to go for more 2-point conversions like other teams, or rely on Justin Tucker for extra points?
Well, you know what? Actually, the Steelers, because they're one of those teams that they love to go for 2, and Ben Roethlisberger said he wants them to go for 2 every single touchdown.
I think that's why Philip's asking this question. And I'm going to say no, the Ravens are not going to do that. They are not the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really, part of it is that Justin Tucker has never missed an extra point in his career. That even extends back to college. Where's the wood around here?
Exactly.
Knock on wood. Justin Tucker's so good at extra points, you take the 1 point when you're going to get it every time. The Steelers started going for 2 more often last year because they had kicker troubles. They were missing extra points, so they started going for 2. Plus, they have this quarterback who's actually really a linebacker.
Right.
They have a linebacker playing QB, and that's in Ben Roethlisberger. That helps you get it in from the 2-yard line. So, no, I think the Ravens will be quite content with their 1 automatic point.
All right, so that does it in this week's Ravens Mailbag fans. But thanks for watching and send in those questions on social media each and every week. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.